Hi, I'm Felicia.
And I'm Ryan. And this is Imzadi Podcast. What the flux was that?
I know, this episode, I feel like it didn't really need to happen, to be honest. Like, all of the important things that did happen in this episode could have been in other episodes, like, probably squeezed in there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would like to elaborate as well and add to what you were saying by saying that I have been defending this experiment in format and form since the start.
Yes.
I was very kind to the first episode.
Yes.
And I defended the second episode at first before you convinced me that it was a pile of Sontaran excess waste.
Yes.
So this one actually broke me and had a little bit of meltdown at like one point towards the end.
You just like disassociated.
I did.
Just like, where am I? What's going on? No.
It shattered me into a million pieces. It really did.
So
that was our dog, by the way.
Yeah,
She's sneezing.
If you heard like a little cough.
Her name is Luna, and she is very precious.
Yeah, she's our little.
She likes Carven Easter a lot.
Yeah.
She's nice. She's really happy about the representation.
She's our Lupari.
Our Lunari.
Our Lupar. I think they're the Lupari, and then it's like a Lupar. It's just like one.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to assume.
Yeah. Never assume.
Never assume.
So
first.
The title of this episode, first off. So it's once, comma, upon a time. Upon a time. So
upon time.
Upon time.
Once, comma, upon time. That's the title.
It's not upon a time?
No.
Oh my god, that's even worse then. Okay.
It is.
So you have to like pause because of that comma. So it's just like once.
Hang on, let's try. So we have what we call the Pertwee test.
Mm-hmm.
Where I do the title of it in like a silly Pertwee test voice.
Yes.
And we're going to do that right now. So, Doctor Who and Once Upon Time. Fail.
Yeah.
It's a big fail, unfortunately. Yeah. Whereas Doctor Who and the Halloween Apocalypse is a banger of a title. If you go by that test. And you know what else? Doctor Who and the War of the Sontarans. Also a banger of a title if you run by this test. This one, however, failed that test and therefore gets a 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
On that reasoning alone and no other reason. No, okay, no, that for real. This one was horrifying on so many levels, and like I feel like such a chump for like investing emotion into this series and hoping it would be better.
Yeah.
Like I feel
I knew that it wasn't gonna be good, but I'm watching it because.
Yeah, but you're smarter than I am.
Need to watch it, but
as well. So that's an important factor there, clearly.
Do you want to start off with how you feel about Belle and her segments throughout the episode?
Yeah, it feels to me like someone broke into the editing suite after the episode was filmed and inserted their own fan fiction into the story.
Yep. I think I just picture someone like over like a reel of film, and they're just like carefully cutting it.
Yeah.
And just putting their little Doctor Who fanfic in. I've come up with a name as well.
What's
they're
that?
Belvin.
Belvin.
That's their couple name.
Belvin.
One thing I'll say though is I enjoy the view of someone in the aftermath of the Flux.
I think the concept is good. I think the execution leaves a lot to be desired.
I kind of wish we saw more people, like not just those two people who got killed by the remnants just to make a point.
Yeah, but that would cost money. And they're already stretching it. Those Daleks look bad. Those Daleks look very bad.
Because it looked like they only had one real one, and they, like, just CGI'd the other ones.
It just reminded me of all those, like, Doctor Who fan films that are filmed in the woods.
Yeah.
That opening, which is not a diss on those, because, like, a lot of those are wonderful. But this was not wonderful. This was... Oh, I can't even think of the correct negative adjective. Like, I don't... And I don't just want to say variations on, like, bad.
Yeah.
I want to give reasons and justify, because, like, I know there's a huge hate mob that just hate this on principle. And I think it's wrong to just hate it on principle. I think it's right to, like, have good reasons to hate it.
Yeah.
That's where I feel with it. And, like, if I was to... I can't even put into order all the things that, like, really, really mess me up about this one. Like, it's actually got me, like, feeling angry. I feel like... Alright, so I'm just gonna run down my list. Okay, the first thing. The lack of creativity in this is astounding for something that presents itself as experimental and avant-garde and new for the series. There is nothing new in here except for the stupid actor switching gimmick.
Yeah, I know.
And even that is just pilfered from other sci-fi shows.
You know, like, one thing I wish, when the Doctor had went back in her own time stream and were with the fugitive Doctor.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert for all of this, by the way. Not that it matters.
Oh no,
because like no one watched this apparently.
I do this with the thought that someone's already watched the episode and they're just looking for someone else's take on it. So I just kind of flow freely with it. But what I was saying, when she goes back in her time stream, we only know that one's a Lupari. Or a Lupar, whatever. I want to know who Vinder and Yaz are.
Yeah, I know.
I'm really curious, and I'm sure we'll probably find out.
I think that Dan is the master.
You think so?
Yeah, after all, what's the point of being alive?
Oh my god. I let you do it.
You gave me that opening and I sunk right in. You knew I was going to do it. I've been obsessed with those Evil Dan videos on YouTube. I really hope you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look up Evil Dan on YouTube, Doctor Who.
Yes, please do.
Please do. They're great. They are amazing. They are certainly better than this.
Oh my goodness.
I would say that a lot more creativity went into them. That's for sure.
I'm wondering why Yaz is the only one to see the weeping angel until, like, the very end. Like, I mean, I know the Doctor is aware of the weeping angel and knows that Yaz has now seen it. But why is Yaz exclusively seeing it through her time stream? I wonder, is it just... Because, I mean, you could say it might be because she's been traveling with the Doctor the longest. Maybe she's got some time energy on her.
Okay.
But Dan has been in the TARDIS now. You know what I mean? Like, and Dan has his own thing going on because there's still something special about him that we still don't know. I have this sinking feeling that nothing's going to be explained until the last episode, and it's all going to be crammed in there.
They've explained... I don't know. I feel like they've explained way too much in this one. I don't think there's any mystery anymore. Personally.
Well, about certain things, not about necessarily
but we're going to get
characters.
into that. Yeah.
It's more about
what characters?
Where...
No, for real. What characters? They're just vehicles to, like, move the plot along.
Yeah, I know.
Like, the Doctor's character arc is just revealing pieces of information that she didn't know about herself. That's not even a character arc. This is the least defined version of the Doctor we've ever seen. Even less defined than, like, early 8, when they just gave him amnesia over and over again and had him randomly kiss people, because those were his only character traits that were distinctive in the TV movie.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is going on here. And... Alright, so I'm gonna, before I get completely discombobulated out of sheer, like, anger, I guess. I don't know if there's any other word to put it than anger, and I hate to say that, man, because I love this franchise so much, but...
I know you do.
Anger. Alright. This is Chris Chibnall's attempt to write a big, clever Stephen Moffat episode. There is so much Moffat swaggerjacking in this.
Yes.
Right? That it is... And it's done in such, like, a crazy way.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
In such an audacious, in all the wrong ways.
I think right now would be a good moment to point out the similarities in Bell's little love speech, and that was.
Oh, what you mean? Love is is not an emotion; it's a promise.
Yes.
And I know that he will never hurt her. Hey, PE, catch. You mean that speech that Belle gives?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
That's one.
That's a good example.
A good example that's like pan-series.
Yeah.
Okay. Yaz is Clara now.
A bit, yeah.
You know that, she's emulating the Doctor in all the wrong ways, and it leads to her taking foolish risks.
Yeah.
And she's probably going to get killed by a weeping angel, which is why it's following her through her time stream. Because it inevitably ends at that. That would be a guess. That's just an assumption. Basically.
Yeah, because, I mean, I guess it's already happened, technically, because Claire knew who the Doctor was and Yaz. So, I guess that does make sense. I've worked it out, everybody.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yeah, I just had to really talk it out, and that's ridiculous.
I'm impressed that Chris Chibnall's restrained and not just using that phrase in this story, to be honest. Well done. Well done, Chibbers.
So I wanted to learn more about Vinder and the Grand Serpent.
I did too. I liked the Grand Serpent quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
I thought that was this is the thing, like, there's some ideas in here that are genuinely interesting, but they're either, like, horribly executed or get no time to breathe at all. Like the Grand Serpent thing, that kind of needed its own episode.
Yeah, that's the whole problem with this, is that everything's getting crammed into these episodes, and there's not enough time to develop each thought. It's just, this is like someone's mind, like a racing mind. That's what this episode is.
It's like someone's mind on cocaine.
It's a Doctor Who fan's mind on cocaine.
On cocaine, on lots of cocaine. I bet they feel like they're 100 feet tall right now.
It's Matt Smith.
This is what it's like. This is your brain on Matt Smith.
Oh, so another thing I wanted to point out. So you were talking about like inconsistencies and whatnot. So the fugitive Doctor, you have said, is supposed to be before the first Doctor.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pre-William Hartnell. Yeah, alright, let's just focus discussion on that part of the episode so we don't get jumbled for a bit. Carry on.
Okay. So, why is the Doctor using Nitro 9?
Is it Nitro 9? I thought it was just Nitro.
I mean, come on.
I mean, it's clearly a reference.
Yeah, it's a very clear nod.
I think the bigger issue for me would be, why is the fugitive Doctor travelling around in a TARDIS that looks like a police box?
Yeah, and also, how did Vinder recognize the TARDIS when it was the police box?
I think one of the theories that I've seen with Vinder and Bell, and I hope that this isn't true, but it's that they are the Doctor's mother and father.
I don't think that's true. I think that's too much.
I feel like we're beyond that now. We live in a post-too much world.
Yeah, after this episode.
I don't even think this episode, like, I know this one, like, broke me on this season, but I think we've passed that line, like, a while ago. I mean, like, for some people, it's, like, different things. Like, for some people, it was the Timeless Child, and it was, like, ruining the Doctor's backstory.
Yeah.
For some people, it was the idea of introducing a potentially pre-Hartnell incarnation of the Doctor that, like, broke them and, like, got them on the A train.
Yeah.
For me, personally, it was the Nazi moment.
Yeah.
That was what, like, completely was like, okay, well, this is off.
Mm-hmm.
Just off. No.
Like the sniffer.
Off. Yeah. We've been on a real, like, thick of it trip lately.
Yeah. Watch the thick of it. It's really good.
It is really good. It's a lot better than this. And for some people, it was just the Doctor being a woman in the first place. Which, I mean, I think that's a bit wrong-headed. But that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you.
I think the Doctor can absolutely be a woman. I just think that we
Yeah,
haven't found the right one yet.
Yeah, you have to find the right actor.
And honestly, I don't think Jo Martin is the right actor either.
I'm not... well, she's way better.
She is way better. But, alright, here's the thing about Jo Martin, right?
Yeah.
She's really good at doing, like, the commanding, tough presence.
Yeah.
I don't think she can do the eccentricity. Because even John Pertwee, who I would say is the toughest, most commanding Doctor, he still said hello and how'd you do in Delphon with his eyebrows. He is still, like, singing to himself while he was working on Bessie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he still had that kind of, like, very old-worldy, like, English eccentric gentlemanly charm that I feel like both 13 and... I don't have a number, I guess, the Fugitive Doctor. The Holby City Doctor. That's one for our British fans. I guess they don't have that, like, X Factor. And, like, there's a lot of women who do.
I agree.
Like the British television and film community. So that's clearly not the issue. But I think one thing that has definitely been revealed because of that stupid gimmick is that Jodie is part of the problem. I think it's been disputed now. There's been a lot of arguments and a bit of divide over whether the issue with this run of Doctor Who is the writing, Jodie Whittaker's acting, both, or neither. And I used to be in the camp that Jodie Whittaker was a good Doctor, but was being given bad material.
Yes.
Now I think it's a miscast. And the reason why is because my issue with her Doctor so far is that she's been too, like, passive and too vindictive and cruel.
Yeah, her playing the Fugitive Doctor, like, I didn't believe it whatsoever.
And her playing the Fugitive Doctor is an opportunity for her to play kind of core Doctor classic. Like, take charge of the room, take command.
Yeah, I know.
Project, like, that kind of stuff.
I know, I was just waiting for her to be like, please.
I know. Pretty please. Like, pretty please with sugar on top.
I'll make you some cookies.
Please, custard creams. That already wasn't there for me, though, and that proves to me that, like, maybe Jodie Whittaker wasn't the right casting for this role.
No, I don't think she was.
And that's a shame, because, like, she seems like a lovely person, and everything else I've seen her in, she's been really good in. So it's definitely not an actor bad problem. It's an actor wrong problem. Yeah,
this is a very specific role, and if you can't get in that groove, which she, I don't think, ever has, then you're never going to be the Doctor. And I think it's because maybe she's not a big fan either.
I think it's because, right, there's two ways to, like, cast a really good Doctor. Okay? There's two ways to cast a really good Doctor. There's two different builds, right? You either get a really, really, really well-respected character actor, and you allow them to take that journey down the line and work it out for themselves, or you get someone who's genuinely really fucking strange, and you just let them be themselves.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll give you examples in both camps, okay?
Okay.
First camp. William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, Christopher Eccleston. And Peter Davison as well. All really well-respected character actors who all did a very studied and technical take on the Doctor.
Yes.
Right? Let's talk about now Tom Baker, John Pertwee. Right?
Yeah.
They're just... Sylvester McCoy.
Yeah.
They're just weird people. Like, they're just really, really weird people. And that weirdness they just... Like, a really good thing I've heard, like a sentence said, words put in this order, right? Okay. John Pertwee played the Doctor as himself, and he found himself playing the Doctor.
Yeah.
I think that there's none of that in this Doctor.
I agree.
Peter Capaldi is both. For the record. He, like, straddles both lines, I feel. And I feel that so does Paul McGann, actually.
Peter Capaldi was a clear fan of Doctor Who. So, like, I feel like that's a real key component.
I don't, because of Christopher Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston wasn't a fan?
Not really, no. He just respected it because he respected its place in, like, culture and stuff. He wanted to do it because he wanted to do something for kids.
Okay. Basically. Well, I mean, that is very Doctor-esque.
It is,
nothing else.
I love Chris. I'm glad that he's doing Big Finish again.
So can I steer this
back to relevant stuff?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's how bad this episode was. We're just veering off and talking about other things.
Well, you say we. It's you.
Is it? I don't think that's true.
So anyway.
I think you should all vote on whether that's true or not.
When we go in the past...
So what site are we putting the poll on? Poll about which one of us is responsible for all the tangents and offshoots and stuff. What site should we put it on?
I don't know.
You know, I don't really like the Rani.
Oh my god. I'm trying so hard. So sorry, everyone.
I have simulating the effect that this episode had on me.
That's what I have to work with here.
Yeah. Right, back on topic. Come on, we'll do this. We are professionals.
When we go in the past, maybe, to the Fugitive Doctor.
Yeah, okay, we're still on that, yeah.
We see Swarm and Azure. I would have really loved to see Azure look different. Just because Swarm had changed.
I know.
As well.
Had regenerated. Because they regenerate.
Maybe, yeah. That's another question as well of like, what is their process? Because we obviously saw Swarm change, but is that something within him that he can do, like a spell almost? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is it something that we're seeing, or is that him? Is it a regeneration?
I think it's a regeneration.
Are they Time Lords?
I don't know if they're Time Lords or not, but that's definitely a regeneration.
Time people.
My evidence for it being a regeneration is that the actor changes.
Yeah.
And he says he was renewed.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they actually do explain in the episode. I'm not defending it, by the way.
No, I'm asking.
They do explain why there's not a costume change.
Like, I mean, I wish, but I'm open to hear why.
Why? Because Swarm was sentenced to death.
Okay.
And Azure was sentenced to displacement of her identity. So Azure was basically chameleon arched inside a regular woman.
Yeah.
Like that good episode of Doctor Who with David Tennant.
Okay. No, like
David Tennant.
I get that. I can see that. I wish that when he like poked the human woman, we just got, I don't know. Well, no, I like her look now, but I guess in the past I wish. But a part of me feels like it goes back to what we were saying in the last episode of like Chibnall doesn't really trust his audience to be smart enough to get things. And it's almost like, what if he did that because he thought people wouldn't recognize her? You know what I mean? Because that's the only reason you wouldn't have her change that, or maybe a budget.
I think it's probably budget.
It's like, need to get as much use out of that costume as they can, I guess.
Can I transition this to continuing to talk about the Ravagers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the Ravagers, who are swarming Azure. We find that out in this episode. They're explicitly called that by name several times in a weirdly low-key way. Especially after they were made a part of like the marketing and stuff in, admittedly, a very pathetic way. Mm-hmm. They were just rattled off at the end of a list.
Yeah.
But in this episode, so the Ravagers, swarming Azure, had been one of the that's what I'm going to keep calling them.
Yeah.
Ravagers, swarming Azure. The Ravagers, swarming Azure were one of the things that really kind of kept me interested in the first couple of episodes, because like the actors have good presences, they have interesting powers, and they had quite mysterious backstories and stuff. All that is out the window now. Gone. Bye-bye. Audi 5000. Right? The reason why is because of two reasons why. Number one, that weird Matrix Reloaded scene where that chick, who's probably the White Guardian, I imagine, or something like that, because they mentioned them in the previous season, so that's foreshadowing, kids. She just comes in and dumps a load of information. Like, she dumps the world building fucking sheet of A4 that was written about the Flux and swarming Azure just into the script. Like, she explains that the Flux is basically just a bomb.
Yeah.
Like, it's an artificially created catastrophe.
Yeah, someone has made this,
Okay, and she explains that Swarm and Azure, the who we assume to be the big bads of the season so far, are just little porny ponies. Little porny ponies who don't even matter.
Yeah, they're Team Rocket.
They're Team Rocket with, like, less glam costuming.
I don't know, that coat.
I don't know, man.
He should have brought that coat back.
Yeah, but do they protect the world from devastation? To unite all peoples within our nation. No, they do not.
No, they want to kill everyone in their nation.
Yeah, they're like...
in other nations.
Oh, okay.
All nations.
Okay, interesting that you say that, because that actually brings us on to another topic. But yeah, before that, actually, sorry, I got completely jumbled up there. There was one other thing I wanted to mention before we move on from the Ravagers.
Okay.
About the Ravagers and how they're whack now. They're shit villains now.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason why they are shit villains now is because, number one, we now know that they're just a tool of someone else and they have no agency of their own.
Yeah.
That makes them not characters and plot devices.
They might not. We don't know.
Or they might rebel or something or whatever. They're just...
Is the Flux sentient?
They're less characters and more agents of chaos now.
Yeah.
And as for whether the Flux is sentient, probably, because every higher order weapon is sentient in this universe. Look at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, the other point I was going to make is that there's no reason to be worried about Swarm and Azure anymore, because we now know that as soon as Carvanista enters a room with them, it's over.
Yeah, right, I know.
Carvanista stomps them like no difficulty. He used containment, and it was indeed super effective.
Good boy, saving the day.
I know, he's such a good boy.
I know, he's always a good boy.
I really liked that they made Dan him.
Yeah, I know. It was great.
I think that this... it was meant to be like a fun gimmick, but I feel like what ended up really happening is that a lot of the vulnerabilities of the actors and weaknesses as actors was exposed, and some people's strengths were exposed as well.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that last. Okay? First, John Bishop, I love you now a little bit, but mate, like, eyelines, mate. Right. Second, Jodie Whittaker is not a great doctor, and we learn that because of all of this like position switching and shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
She's too normal.
I agree.
She's too, like, ordinary, like an actor. Okay, that's her biggest problem. She's not bad. She's just normal.
Yeah, she's not right.
She's good at playing. She's good at playing mums.
Yeah, mums.
Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with, because like every aspect of the human condition needs to be represented in acting. I'm not saying that as a put down. She's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But
Good actress.
she is a good actress. She was really good in that bit where she was playing Yaz's police friend.
Oh yeah, I know. I love that.
That was
like my favorite part.
That was her best bit of acting in like this whole show.
I know.
It was just wonderful.
I wish she would have acted like that as the Doctor.
I know. There is like a weird kind of disconnect there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, now I want to talk to the person who I feel was shown to be a much better actor than people have given them credit for. Mandip Gill as Yasmin Khan, man. Oh my god, you know what? I'm going to say it.
MVP.
MVP, and I'm going to say it just based on this performance alone, right? If she's allowed to keep doing this stuff, because she's been really good in the other two as well. She's been really good in the other two.
Yeah, she's making an account.
I think she maybe should have been the Doctor instead of Jodie Whittaker.
I would have liked to see... well, no. Because you made the comparison of her being Clara. But I would have liked to see an episode of her having to be the Doctor.
Like in Flatline.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that as well. That would have been great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a lot of respect. It's weird. I wish I wish I could time travel back in time to like last year and tell last year's us that Yaz is the best companion of 13's run.
Would have smacked me in the face.
I know. Like, what the hell, man? Well done. Like, seriously, respect, because the rest of this is garbage, but like,
yeah.
Well done for that. That alone brings it from like a 1 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10. So congrats to our MVP.
I think Vinder should have stayed with the team. I get why.
Me too. I hate that he just gets corralled away now. So it's like, why do we even care? You're going to show up probably in the finale.
Yeah, I think after this next episode, he's going to show back up. I think they're just going to deal with the Weeping Angel stuff.
I think it's a shame too, because it would have been fun to see like this like space companion deal with like Village Green Preservation Society life. That would have been like a lot of fun, but we can't have fun because Flux. So I want to bring up to a kind of a macro topic to kind of end this discussion out, unless you have any other like bigger things.
No, I had just one thing I was going to say. I feel like in the last 10 minutes of this episode, we were given more questions than a baby.
More questions than a baby should have been the title of this.
Yeah.
Doctor Who and more questions than a baby. Nailed it.
2 questions than a baby.
2 questions than a baby.
Because technically it was 2 questions that the old lady has presented.
Babe.
Babe.
The 3 doctors and a baby. Okay, so I want to bring it on to the macro topic.
Alright, yeah. I'm done.
We're going to talk
fooling around here.
We're going to talk about fan fiction for a second.
We love a good fan fiction.
We do love a good fan fiction. This is where we're going to plug our show, Something Blue Doctor Who, where I play the 42nd Doctor, and Felicia here.
I play Nora.
Nora Watson.
I'm a companion.
We finished our first season. We just did a Halloween special. We're going to do a Christmas special. We're coming back with a second season in March. You should check it out. We got Rootons, we got Adipose, we got Cybermen. We got some fun stuff coming next year.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it.
Nora gets some shine.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very heavily Nora focused.
Yeah, so if you like my character, if you already listen to Something Blue.
Yeah. And if you don't, you really, really should. I think I'll put a link in the description, actually. I'll make sure that you do like it. And if you don't, well, I don't know. I guess there's nothing I can do, really. That's the end of that.
All
okay.
Right. Go on to your micro topic. Let's wrap this
macro
up.
Topic. Macro topic, because it's encompassing various things.
Okay.
It ties together a lot of what we've been talking about as well. We're going to talk about fan fiction, right? And what we're going to talk about specifically with fan fiction is both the elements of fan fiction in this and just some interesting stuff that I noticed. Okay?
Yeah.
Not necessarily criticism so much as just stuff. And I would like for you to actually start this off. Because I know you wrote something in your notes.
Oh.
About Belle.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. What did you write?
So I definitely wrote in capital letters, actually, that, she... Oh, that was our dog again. Sorry. She is a Mary Sue. And I realized this, too late, I think, in the episode. I should have realized it as soon as she came on screen. But in the Cybermen shootout scene, where she's somehow dodging 5 different Cybermen's blasts, and she's perfectly hitting them where she needs to hit them.
While it's very, very evident that the actor has never held guns before in their life.
And I would like to also point out this is quite dangerous in her condition.
Oh yeah, that's very irresponsible, yeah.
Yes. Quote unquote.
Very, very. That roll at the bottom, at the end.
Yeah, I know. No, and then she gets blown back too when she goes into the jump.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but that actually toughens babies up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, really give them a good jostling.
The what is it? The like placenta thing? It's gonna be like hard as a rock. Like it's just gonna fall out like a rock. Yeah, I would not want to be her.
That sounds painful.
But she's a Mary Sue, so she'll get through it.
Yeah, when she gives birth to the Doctor.
Someone will give her something at the last minute, and she'll just...
For real though, like, if you think about it, like, she gets put into the story with, like, no context at all.
Mm-hmm.
She's, like, really, really good at everything and does things that she shouldn't be able to with established canon characters. Like, she just makes it through the fucking Dalek sector.
Yeah.
And that bit where she fucking gets away from, like, the deadliest killing machines in the universe, the things that brought the Time Lords to heel. She just climbs over a little knoll. And she's fine. And then she flies out. Because she managed to get from that forest to the Lupari system and get the ship somehow.
Well, no, I assumed that there was a ship just abandoned. Because she said it was a relic. So...
Yeah,
I think it was an abandoned ship that she was kind of
I see the problem there.
Yeah?
They didn't want to build 2 sets.
No, yeah. They blew the budget hard on something. I don't know what. But
John Bishop.
we haven't seen it yet.
Honestly, probably John Bishop was quite expensive.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's...
I mean, these
big
effects are really good, and I know
Say
it
what
does
you
take
will
a
about
lot,
John
but...
Bishop, but he is a big money player. He is very expensive. I genuinely think that might have been part of it.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know. But that's just conspiracy nonsense, though. There's no,
yeah,
there's no actual evidence
add
for
another
that.
conspiracy.
Add another
Evil Dan.
conspiracy. There's so many conspiracies, man.
Hashtag Evil Dan.
But yeah, go back onto the topic of fanfiction, the fact that, like, the Belle character is very, very suspiciously very Sue-ish, as you were saying.
Yeah. Don't like that.
This feels like VNA fanfic.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and that's, like, a pretty bad thing to say. It's, so, I've produced and consumed a lot of fanfiction, and there's this thing I like to call space mercenary syndrome. And it's infected the show too, like the TV show a few times as well. And that is this obsession with like grim dark running around with guns, like morally quote unquote morally ambiguous but really just unpleasant, like space mercs.
Yeah.
Okay. I think 80s Doctor Who really suffered because it started to fall into repeating patterns with these kind of archetypes, and I think it really, really disappoints me that after setting up the Division as kind of like a replacement for the old CIA in Classic Who, they're just guys with guns and body armor who have time grenades. Like, really? I should add on to that, actually. Like, it just undermines the idea that the Time Lords are supposed to be these ethereal arbiters of the passing of one moment to another, when the best that they can manage. I don't care, I'm making my point, because I'm going somewhere with this. She was just pointing really her hand like she had an imaginary watch. I'm looking at the time because we've been going on for 40 minutes. But please let me get this out, because it will destroy me if I don't get this out.
God.
Okay, so it's really weird how much this is like fanfic, because the big like moment when the Doctor asks Swarb what his motive is, he says to reign in hell, right?
Which I hate.
Which is a quote from Paradise Lost by Milton.
Yes.
Which is, funny enough, biblical fan fiction. That's my final thought.
Yeah, with that, we'll let that simmer in the walk.
Yeah, well, we hope you enjoy all of Chris Chibnall's original characters. Do not steal. This was the best Tales of a Time Lord fanfiction I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And,
sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure the sun will rise on a better day.
We will see you on part 4.
Part 4. I think it's called Village of the Angels.
Yeah.
Angel of the Angels. I don't know.
Angel of the Angels.
Angel of the Angels. Just call me Angel of the Morning.
Doctor Who and the Angels of the Angels.
Bye.
Bye.